Biju has said.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma in our top story. The Supreme Court today said high courts should be approached first on pleas alleging police atrocities on persons protesting against the amended Citizenship Act. The court also asked as to how buses were burnt during the protests. A bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde commenced hearing on pleas, including that of Alumni Association, Jamia Millia Islamia University. The bench said that it did not want to spend time knowing facts, asking the petitioners to go to courts below first. The Council for Petitioners said that FIRs have been filed one after another against students at AMU and Jamia, upon which the SC said that FIRs are to be filed under law for offences such as destruction of property. Further, the Supreme Court made it clear that it is not going to rely on newspapers to arrive at judicial decisions, while refusing to consider statements of Jamia Varsity VC to press. Meanwhile, Delhi police has detained 10 persons in relation with the violence that erupted in New Delhi on Sunday evening and the subsequent clashes with police forces. All 10 have a criminal background. More anti-social elements are being tracked. Several vehicles, including buses, were burnt down and public property was destroyed during the protests on Sunday. According to a senior police officer, no student has been arrested. The university had turned into a battlefield on Sunday as police entered the campus and also used force following a protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act, which led to violence and arson, in which 4 DTC buses, 100 private vehicles and 10 police bikes were damaged. Additional DCP Southeast Kumar Gyanesh has given an eyewitness account of what happened in Jamia. He said that some protesters were carrying wet blankets and putting them on tear gas shells to minimize their impact. Police have concurred that these things do not happen on the spot and said that it shows that it was a conspiracy.
जो 2 दिन पहले वायलेंस काफी अधिक हुआ, उस पे जो केस दर्ज हुआ उसकी इनिशियल इन्वेस्टिगेशन, इनफैक्ट जो सारी चीजें उभर के सामने आई हैं, फर्स्ट डे भी हम लोगों ने आपसे पहले शेयर किया है कि जिस तरह का पथराव और रिएक्शंस और उनका हमला था पुलिस पर, वो स्पॉन्टेनियस नहीं, वेल प्लान्ड लग रहा था। मैं उस ऑपरेशन का हिस्सा था, तो मैंने देखा कि कई लोग गीले कंबल कैरी कर रहे थे और टीयर गैस शेल जब उनको बहुत हेवी पथराव होने पर उनको पुश करने के लिए जब आंसू गैस का प्रयोग हो रहा था, तो गोले जो जा रहे थे उसको गीले कंबल से ढक रहे थे, पेट्रोल बॉम्ब भी फेंक रहे थे, और ये सब चीजें ऑन स्पॉट नहीं होती हैं। तो इसे जरूर ये क्लियर हो रहा था कि वेल प्लान्ड या फिर रादर ये सोची समझी साजिश है। इनिशियल इन्वेस्टिगेशन में भी अभी तक तो उसी दिशा में हमारी तफ्तीश जारी है।
Meanwhile, Delhi police has released a video of the 15th of December where Joint Commissioner of Police is making an appeal to Jamia students to stay calm and stop pelting stones. Let's listen in.
और जो पत्थर, ट्यूब और ये बम, पत्थर और ट्यूब जैसी ट्यूबलाइट वगैरह ये सब फेंक रहे हैं, गाड़ियों को तोड़फोड़ रहे हैं। मैं ये चाहता हूं कि आप लोग बाहर निकले, आपके नुमाइंदे बाहर आए और हमसे बात करें। यहाँ पे तमाम
Meanwhile, protests continue outside the Jamia Millia Islamia University. This is the second consecutive day of peaceful protests after the demonstration on Sunday turned violent. Residents and parents of students from nearby areas also came out to support the protests. Students are demanding a withdrawal of the CAA. And appealing to students protesting against the Citizenship Amendment Act, Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said that students have the right to protest but should not believe rumors spread by the opposition parties for their own benefit.
छात्र हमारे हैं, उनकी भी देश के प्रति प्रतिबद्धता, देश की राष्ट्रभक्ति पर कोई सवाल खड़ा नहीं किया जा सकता। लेकिन ये लोग जो लोग कि अपने राजनीतिक स्वार्थों के लिए गुमराह करके और कहीं ना कहीं पॉलिटिकल पाखंड के माध्यम से देश के माहौल को खराब करने की षड्यंत्र और साजिशें कर रहे हैं, ये कौन लोग हैं? ये वो लोग हैं जिन्हें जनतंत्र ने परास्त किया है। बच्चियों से भी अपील करना चाहेंगे कि आप सच्चाई को समझिए। जो जिम्मेदार लोग जो बातें कह रहे हैं, प्रधानमंत्री जी जो बात कह रहे हैं, उन पर यकीन करिए।
And addressing an election rally in Jharkhand, Prime Minister Narendra Modi stressed that the Citizenship Amendment Act does not snatch away any right of an Indian citizen or causes any harm. He also said that the Congress and its allies are instigating Muslims for political purposes.
अब नागरिकता संशोधन कानून को लेकर फिर से ये सफेद झूठ बोलने लगे हैं, लोगों को डराने लगे हैं। कांग्रेस और उसके जैसे दलों और उसके वामपंथी इकोसिस्टम ने पूरी ताकत झोंक दी है भारत के मुसलमानों को डराने के लिए। ये लोग देश में झूठ और भ्रम का माहौल बना रहे हैं, हिंसा फैला रहे हैं, जबकि ये बात पत्थर की लकीर की तरह साफ है कि नागरिकता संशोधन कानून से भारत के एक भी नागरिक को, चाहे वो हिंदू हो, मुसलमान हो, ईसाई हो या पारसी हो, किसी की भी नागरिकता पर कोई असर नहीं होगा।
And the curfew, meanwhile, imposed in Guwahati on the 11th of December in the wake of protests against the citizenship law has been lifted from 6 a.m. today. Shops and business establishments were open in the city and buses, cars and two-wheelers were plying. The decision to lift the curfew in Guwahati was taken at a law and order review meeting chaired by Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal on Monday. State government has also launched helpline numbers. The state's Disaster Mission Center is situated in Dispur. A list of helpline numbers for citizens at times of emergency in Assam have been released. Broadband internet connections in the entire state have been restored from today onwards. In Dibrugarh, curfew has been relaxed for 14 hours from 6 a.m. today. Assam witnessed violent protests with many public properties being set ablaze or damaged by protesters. 5 persons lost their lives since Wednesday. And a high-level inquiry will be set up to probe the recent violence in Assam. Assam DGP BJ Mahanta said that 136 cases have been registered in the state so far and 190 persons arrested for their alleged involvement in the violence during the protests. He said that 4 people have been killed in police action and assured that the situation is pretty much under control now.
Total number of 136 cases have been registered so far, and 190 protesters have been arrested of various kinds, like, people who involved. These are not normal democratic protesters. These are people who indulge in violence and perpetration of various kinds of acts of hooliganism and acts of violence. The situation right now is pretty normal and no violence is being seen. We have detained more than 3,000 people, and we have let go a whole lot of youngsters who had done protests, done some small vandalism, but then we had treated them with compassion. So I have appealed to the parents, not to ensure that, the kids do not come out on the street and their protest is taken over by some other vandals, some bad characters and miscreants. In police action, 4 people have got killed, unfortunately, and situation is pretty much under control now.
President Ramnath Kovind presented the Visitors Awards 2019 at Rashtrapati Bhavan during the Conference of Vice Chancellors of Central Universities, Directors of ISRs and Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Subsequent to the conferment of Visitors Awards, the conference witnessed the presentation by different subgroups of the heads of institutions on issues such as promotion of research, innovation and entrepreneurship, industry, academia, linkages, filling up of vacancies, creating and utilizing alumni-based endowment funds and completing infrastructure projects. And the Supreme Court has adjourned hearing a review plea filed by one of the 4 men convicted in the 2012 Delhi Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case. The hearing will now take place tomorrow after Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde recused himself from hearing the plea of convict Akshay Kumar Singh seeking review of the 2017 Apex Court judgment upholding his death penalty in the case. At the outset, a special bench comprising Chief Justice of India and Justices R. Bhanumathi and Ashok Bhushan made it clear that review pleas have to be heard by another appropriate bench. A new 3-judge bench will be constituted to hear the petition. Meanwhile, Nirbhaya's mother has expressed hope that justice will be delivered soon.
जैसे हमने 7 साल इंतजार किया है, 1 साल और 1 दिन और सही.
And in the case of the 2017 Unnao rape case, Delhi's Tees Hazari Court adjourned the arguments on quantum of punishment for 20th of December and asked the copy of affidavit of a former BJP MLA Kuldeep Singh Sengar filed during 2017 in the Election Commission. Supreme Court lawyer Mahalakshmi Pavni said that the accused Kuldeep Singh Sengar should be given stringent punishment. The CBI sought maximum punishment for Sengar, saying it was a fight for justice of an individual against the system. The agency also sought adequate monetary compensation for the rape survivor. The court had on Monday convicted Sengar for rape under the Indian Penal Code and the POCSO Act for offence by a public servant committing penetrative sexual assault against a child. The rape survivor was a minor when she was assaulted.
Today is the verdict. He was in fact found guilty yesterday, so the court is going to sentence him today. I just hope that justice prevails and he is given the harshest of punishments for the sole reason that the message should be loud and clear that even a politician, a lawmaker is not about the law, and the law of the country is equal to everyone, and he must be given the most stringent punishment. Apart from being given a stringent punishment, he must be hanged immediately. This message should go out saying that punishments are also be stringent and it should be executed at the earliest point of time without any delay.
And a court in Pakistan today sentenced former President Pervez Musharraf to death for high treason, giving its judgment on charges relating to the imposition of extra constitutional emergency in November 2007. Musharraf left for Dubai in 2016 for medical treatment and has not returned to the country since. He ruled Pakistan from 1999 to 2008. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today held the 3rd pre-budget consultations with stakeholder groups from industry, services and trade. The meeting was held to prepare a base for the forthcoming Union Budget 2020 to 21. Along with the Finance Minister, MOS Finance Anurag Thakur, Finance Secretary, Secretary Economic Affairs, Revenue Secretary, Secretary DPIIT, Secretary Tourism, Secretary Commerce, CEA, Chairman CBDT, Chairman CBIC attended the meeting, among others. In response to a query on the kidnapping of Indian crew aboard MT Duke, Ministry of External Affairs has said that the government is concerned by the kidnapping of 20 Indian crew members from the vessel MT Duke in the high seas off the western coast of Africa on the 15th of December. MEA official spokesperson Ravish Kumar said that this is the 3rd such incident this year in the region affecting Indian nationals. He said our mission in Abuja has taken up the matter with the Nigerian authorities as also with the authorities of neighboring countries. The safety of hostages is paramount and we continue to engage with Nigerian authorities and other stakeholders closely on the recent incidents. And a massive vaccination campaign is being carried out across the country under the intensified Mission Indradhanush 2 program, the first phase of which concluded on December 12th. In the coming months of January, February and March, the 2nd, 3rd and 4th phases of campaign will be conducted in Madhya Pradesh's Vidisha district. Vaccination drive was conducted on a large scale. Here's a ground report from there.
Children up to the age of 2 years and pregnant women are being vaccinated against life-threatening diseases Under intensified Mission Indradhanush 2.0 program, in Madhya Pradesh's Vidisha district, vaccinations were given at Anganwadi centers under first phase of the campaign. Anganwadi workers are going door to door informing and educating people about Mission Indradhanush and are motivating them to get vaccinated. Along with this, pregnant women are also being made aware of the importance of getting regular checkups, medicines and taking nutritional food.
आंगनबाड़ी में मतलब गर्भवती बहनों का लाभ होता है, तो मुझे मालूम चला है, तो मैं आंगनबाड़ी आई हूँ, मेरा पहला बच्चा है, तो टीकाकरण लगते हैं, तो उससे अपन को भी तकलीफ मतलब फायदा होता है और बच्चे को भी फायदा होता है। आंगनबाड़ी में मतलब गर्भवती बहनों को समझाया जाता है, खाने पीने में समझाया जाता है और मतलब बच्चे के बारे में भी समझाया जाता है।
हमारा बच्चा भी 1.5 साल का हो गया, हम टीका लगवाने के लिए आए थे, आशा कार्यकर्ता हमें बुलाने के लिए गई थी। इसको अभी है ना 2 बूंद पोलियो की दवाई पिलाई है, 2 बूंद विटामिन की दवाई, 1 माता का टीका लगा है और 5 बीमारियों से सुरक्षा के लिए 1 टीका लगाया है। अब हमारा बच्चा सुरक्षित है।
इंद्रधनुष का कार्यक्रम है, हमारे बच्चे को टीका लगना है। टीका लगने से बच्चा की स्वस्थ रहता है, बीमारियों से बचता है।
Mission Indradhanush aims to provide complete immunization in the next 3 months to more than 90% of the population against preventable and life-threatening diseases. 272 districts have been identified for vaccination under the program. The vaccines under this campaign provide protection from diseases like tuberculosis, meningitis, measles, hepatitis B, tetanus, whooping cough, polio and diphtheria. Vaccination against Haemophilus influenza and Japanese encephalitis are also being administered in select areas under the scheme. Bureau Report, DD News.
Intensified Mission Indradhanush 2 is fast moving towards achieving its goal. Under the first phase of the campaign, more than 1,66,000 vaccination sessions were organized in the 272 districts of 27 states. In the first phase, around 11,53,000 children and 2,43,000 pregnant women have been vaccinated so far. Let's take a look at this ground report from Chitradurg district of Karnataka.
Under the intensified Mission Indradhanush 2.0 program, Asha and Anganwadi workers are going door to door, including in slums in various districts, to cover families of daily wagers and migrant workers. The aim is to identify and give inoculation to children below the age of 2 years and pregnant women. Shweta, a resident of Chitradurg, underwent vaccination under the scheme. She says everyone should take them as these vaccinations will help strengthen the immune system. Chitrabai, another resident who works as a migrant labourer, says getting facility of vaccination at the doorstep is very beneficial for people like her.
We were not aware about this campaign. Asha workers came to our house and informed us about the Indradhanush campaign and the importance of getting vaccinated. Everyone should get vaccinated as they help strengthen one's immune system. Our
life is such that we have to travel from town to town in search of work. It is difficult for us to maintain the vaccination schedule, but now with people coming to our homes to give us vaccination, things have become much easier. It is really beneficial for us.
Intensified Mission Indradhanush 2.0 program is playing an important role in creating and providing a healthy and bright future for these families. In the first phase of campaign, 433 vaccination sessions were organized in Karnataka's Chitradurga, in which 958 children and 212 women have been vaccinated so far. Bureau Report, DD News.
Home Minister Amit Shah today reiterated that the new Citizenship Act does not in any way affect existing citizens of any faith of the country. It is a law to give citizenship to the religiously persecuted. He also appealed to the youth not to get swayed by the false propaganda and read the act themselves.
सभी विद्यार्थियों को भी कहना चाहता हूं कि बिल का अभ्यास करिए। आपके पास जो सूचना है वो ठीक नहीं है। ये बिल किसी की भी नागरिकता लेने के लिए कोई प्रावधान रखता ही नहीं है। किसी की नागरिकता, विशेषकर माइनॉरिटीज की, मुस्लिम भाइयों बहनों की नागरिकता कहीं नहीं जाने वाली है। जो भारत के बासिंदे, जो भारत के रहने वाले, और नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने भी इसको स्पष्ट किया है। मैं आज दिल्ली की जनता को कहना चाहता हूं, ये विपक्ष, केजरीवाल एंड कंपनी और कांग्रेस पार्टी जो गुमराह कर कर दिल्ली की शांति को पानी में जो कंकर डालने का काम कर रहे हैं, उनको पहचानने की जरूरत है।
And India will have to get the bowling combination right after the thrashing in Chennai when they take on a buoyant West Indies in the second ODI at Visakhapatnam on Wednesday, aiming to keep the three-match series alive. A series win would certainly raise Kieran Pollard's profile from a T20 freelancer to an able leader, but a blinder from Rohit Sharma or another 100 from Virat Kohli on a batting belter cannot be ruled out.
West Indies pulled off a massive upset against India in Chennai as the men in maroon steamrolled the host without breaking a sweat to take a 1-0 lead in the series. If they win another one in Visakhapatnam, it will be the knockout punch in the three-match series. It wasn't a nightmarish bowling performance in Chennai by any stretch of imagination, but not being able to defend 287 on a slow Chennai track left the team management with a few points to ponder. India will be desperate to avoid a series defeat against a side which is 7 positions lower in the ICC rankings than them. India's record in the ODI cricket at home has been outstanding in the last few years, and it will be slightly embarrassing if they go down against a young Caribbean side. It was clear in Chennai that India's team balance wasn't right as they were struggling to get the overs out of their fifth bowler. The biggest reason for the setback in Chennai was spinners Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav being rendered ineffective. With Bumrah, Bhuvneshwar and Hardik unlikely to return before the tour of New Zealand at the earliest, India, of course, have no option but to rely on the incumbent bowlers to do the job. For the West Indies, Hetmeyer has been undoubtedly been one of the key performers, and getting his wicket will be key for the Indian team. The Visakhapatnam pitch is generally a good batting track. The bounce is even, and the batsmen can afford to play their shots on the rise, something that they couldn't do in Chennai. Sports Desk, DD News. And that's going to be 100.
And that's all we have for you in this edition of the news. News and updates continue on DD News and DD India. Stay tuned. Namaskar.